Roosevelt. And as many of you know, that was the very early days of the AIDS epidemic, where the most common complaint I heard, and I spent, I think, 5 months in the ER on elective, was I get a little short of breath coming out of the subway. And 2 weeks later, that individual would be dead. We did not get one person out of the ICU with pneumocystis in that year. I went back to Albany, finished my studies, and then returned here in 1997 and took over the AIDS program, where I was lucky to work with Dan again, who was working as a volunteer in the Samuels Clinic on Wednesday afternoons. As Bob said, he'd been doing that since the beginning of Samuels and stayed until he could no longer work because of health. And in fact, I was privileged to hand him the first President's Award, so there's some symmetry here, to Dan. And I just wanted to say thank you to Bob for his extraordinary vision and perseverance. Bob got in touch with me over a year ago saying, I think we should do something to acknowledge and honor Dan. So thank you, Bob, for your perseverance and for the support of Dan's extraordinary family. So with that, I am going to turn the very last portion over to Dr. Jose Pfeffer, who will present the award. Jose?
It's an honor for me to be here today. I was not fortunate to know Dr. Dan myself, but it seems that part of him is still alive with us. It's for me an honor to present this award to Dr. Cesar Figueroa, chosen among so many outstanding graduating residents that we have had this year. Dr. Figueroa finished his medical school at the University Nacional of Colombia, the land of the Literature Nobel Prize Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who wrote in one of his novels, "No medicine cures what happiness cannot." After some clinical rotations in Barcelona, Spain, and Miami, Dr. Figueroa joined our internal medicine residency program in 2008. If I have to choose a word to describe Dr. Figueroa's achievement, it is his passion for excellence. He always went beyond what was required of him, not only the scientific knowledge, but also in his humanistic skills. I always remember the day before starting my infectious disease consultation service, when I always asked the fellow how busy the service was. And she answered me that time with a smile in her face, "Dr. Pfeffer, we are going to have a great time. Nothing to worry. Cesar is a resident with us." And indeed, I felt that I had a rotation with two fellows. His medical presentations were always very elegant and made me voluntarily offer him a letter of recommendation before he even requested. This doesn't happen to me often. In this occasion, I also want to share an ode written in the 12th century by a physician and philosopher, Maimonides, and I hope, Cesar, it will guide you for the rest of your life. And it seems it guided Dr. Williams in the past. The only thing is written in a present sense, like to me, but I did not want to modify it. I want to leave in its original translation. It's the oath of Maimonides. "The eternal providence has appointed me to watch over the life and health of my fellow human beings. May the love for the art actuate me at all times. May neither avarice, nor miserliness, nor thirst for glory, or for a great reputation engage my mind. For the enemies of truth and philanthropy will easily deceive me and make me forgetful of my lofty aim of doing good to my patients. May I never see in the patient anything by a fellow creature in pain. Grant me the strength, time, and opportunity always to correct what I have acquired, always to extend its domain. For knowledge is immense, and the human spirit can extend infinitely to enrich itself daily with new requirements. Today, we can discover our errors of yesterday, and tomorrow we may obtain a new light on what we think ourselves sure of today. I have been appointed to watch over the life and death of my fellow human beings. Here I am, ready for my vocation, and now I turn into my calling. With this, I want to give the award to Cesar. And if please, the family member Amiki can join and explain a little bit more about the award. And
Well, I must say that I feel extremely honored. I'm a little nervous, sorry, because I feel a little overwhelmed because all the marvelous things that have been said about me. I want to thank everyone who made this award possible. I want to thank Dr. Sharp. We met a few weeks ago, and we talked a lot about what this award means, and she put into perspective everything that this moment signifies. I want to thank Dr. Dan Williams' family. Thank you very much for being here. I feel like being close to you guys, I get to know Dr. Dan Williams that I was not fortunate to meet. I want to thank my colleagues from our internal medicine program with you guys. I've had one of the best years in my life, and I will always remember these 3 years as what really made me who I am today. It gave me the tools to keep going on and keep providing care to my patients. Thank you, Dr. Fried. Thank you so much for all your guidance, and thank you for being the leader of this great program that we have here. Thank you to Tim. He's been with me, my partner, for the past year and a half, and he has given me all the strength, mainly to be here talking to you guys. I come from a country that we are poor in certain ways, but we are rich in others. I didn't have the opportunity to be trained in medicine with a lot of resources. That really taught me back then, it's been a while now, that true medicine is what you do at the bedside and next to your patient. And every word you can say to your patient to make them feel better, to make them feel that they are going to be able to come through whatever illness is causing them pain or any other kind of physical condition, is going to be more meaningful than any medication that you can always give them, than any other piece of technology that you can put there for their treatment. So that really taught me that patient comes first, and I think that's the way it should always be. So I'll continue working that way. And thank you everyone so much for this.